It's so nice to have you all here. Welcome, a very warm welcome. My name is Roxanne, for those of you who I haven't met yet. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm a local singer-songwriter. I'm also a member of the Baha'i community of London, and I'm looking forward to sharing this idea. This is the first time we're doing something like this, so congratulations on being the first. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with just a little overview of what you can expect for tonight. So basically, we're talking about music, the power of music, and the power of prayer. And because I'm a musician, what I've done is I've been inspired by so many writings from the Baha'i faith that I've put a bunch of them to music. And I haven't really had much of an opportunity to share them with a lot of people. And so I thought this would be a wonderful opportunity to share some of the beautiful writings that I've come across in the form of music. So I hope that you'll feel inspired. By the time you leave, you'll feel uplifted, you'll feel joyful, you'll feel inspired, and you'll feel like you're carried off into another land of joy. Amen. So I was thinking actually I would maybe start with an Our Father, if as a thank you for letting us use your beautiful facility. So I'm going to sing it. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So once again, welcome friends. Thank you so much for joining us in this sacred space where we can together feel uplifted through the power of prayer and through the beauty of music. So the very first slide talks about, this is coming from a Baha'i perspective, the art of music is divine and effective. It is the food of the soul and spirit. Through the power and charm of music, the spirit of humanity is uplifted. The second quote says, "A wonderful song giveth wings to the spirit and filleth the heart with exaltation. We have made music a ladder by which the souls may ascend to the realm on high." And this last one is what inspired me as an artist and as a musician to put to music the divine words. It says, "Set to music the verses and divine words, so that they may be sung with soul-stirring melody in the assemblies and gatherings." So assemblies and gatherings just like this one. So the next slide says, and this is one that I found particularly inspiring, and I think if there are any other artists or musicians in the room, you might find this quite inspiring. It says, "The musician's art is among those arts worthy of the highest praise. It moveth the heart of all those who grieve. Play and sing out the holy words of God with wondrous tones in the gatherings of the friends, that the listener may be freed from chains of care and sorrow, and his soul may leap for joy and humble itself in prayer to the realm of glory." I thought that was very inspiring. Imagine your souls leaping with joy to the realm of glory. So that's what I'm hoping everyone will experience tonight. So because we were talking about sorrow and pain, a lot of times when people pray is they pray out of a need when you're feeling lonely or when you're feeling sorrowful or when you're going through a difficult time. You turn to God and you say a prayer. So this is one of my favorite prayers that I put to music, and this one is for spiritual assistance. Oh my Lord, my beloved, my desire, befriend me in my loneliness and accompany me in my exile. Remove my sorrow, cause me to be devoted to thy beauty. Withdraw me from all else save thee. Attract me through thy fragrances. Attract me through thy fragrances of holy, holy, holiness. Cause me to be associated in thy kingdom with those who are severed from all else save thee, who long to serve thy sacred threshold, who stand to work in thy cause. Enable me to be one of thy maidservants, who've attained to thy good pleasure. Verily thou art the gracious and the generous, the gracious and the generous, the gracious and the generous God. So this next one is actually in French that I'm going to do, and it's known as the Refresh and Gladden My Spirit. That's the translation of the French that I'm about to sing. Oh Dieu, rafraîchis et réjouis mon esprit et purifie mon cœur. Je remets tous mes affaires entre tes mains. Tu es mon guide, tu es mon refuge, ô Seigneur, ô Seigneur. Je ne veux pas m'abandonner plus longtemps à la tristesse et au chagrin. Je veux être débordant de joie et de bonheur, et de bonheur. Oh mon Dieu, je ne veux plus être envahi par l'anxiété ni les tourments m'accabler. Je ne veux pas m'appesantir sur les ennuis de la vie, les ennuis de la vie. Oh Dieu, tu es pour moi un ami, plus véritable que je ne le suis moi-même. Je me consacre à toi, ô Seigneur, je me consacre à toi, oh Seigneur, oh Seigneur, oh Seigneur, oh Seigneur. those who may not have been able to read that, the words are, "O God, refresh and gladden my spirit, purify my heart, illumine my powers. I lay all my affairs in thy hand. Thou art my guide and my refuge. I will no longer be sorrowful and grieved. I will be a happy and joyful being. O God, I will no longer be full of anxiety, nor will I let trouble harass me. I will not dwell on the unpleasant things of life. O God, thou art more friend to me than I am to myself. I dedicate myself to thee, O Lord." So I'm sure you can sense the love and the feeling and the joy that comes from music. So what we're going to talk about next is, we've talked a little bit about what music can do for the soul. It can uplift us and it can bring us to a realm on high. What I'd like to talk about next is prayer, and we're going to talk about the two kind of put together. So what is prayer? Prayer is the essential conversation of the soul with its maker, direct and without intermediation. It is the spiritual food that sustains the life of the spirit. So if you think about what food is something that sustains you, right? The same way that if you don't eat for a long time, you become weak, or you become hungry, or you become kind of helpless. If you don't pray for a really long time, if we don't have that connection with our Creator, we start to have the same exhaustion, the same tiredness, the same fallback. So it's important for us to remember to connect with our Creator. The next slide says, "Like the morning's dew," and this is talking still about prayer, "like the morning's dew, it brings freshness to the heart and cleanses it, purifying it from the attachments of the insistent self. It is a fire that burns away the veils and a light that leads to the ocean of reunion with the Almighty." And I really like this one because you can imagine, that first thing in the morning when you wake up and you see the dew on the grass and everything is fresh and comes anew. So the same way as our heart can sometimes become bogged down with, the stuff of everyday life, prayer takes that away. It refreshes it. It gladdens it. The next one talks about how we should pray. It is to be expressed, prayer is to be expressed with a sincere and pure heart, conducive to contemplation and meditation, so that the rational faculty can be illumined by its effects. Such prayer will transcend the limitation of words and sounds and go well beyond mere sounds. And what this makes me think of, sometimes you can hear somebody pray in a different language and not necessarily understand what it is that they're saying. Kind of like the French song, right? Like you don't necessarily understand the words, but the feeling is still there. You get that sense of what it's trying to say, and it illumines our faculties. And this last definition of prayer is my favorite. And this is kind of the reason why we're all here today. I'll read it for you and then I'll explain. So it says, "The sweetness of its melodies must gladden and uplift the heart and reinforce the penetrating power of the word, transmuting earthly inclinations into heavenly attributes and inspiring selfless service to humankind." So what I'm really hoping for tonight is, by sharing these things that I find very inspiring and beautiful through the art of music, I hope that it touches your hearts. I hope that it refreshes and gladdens you, and that it takes away all of the pain and the sorrow and the cares that you might be carrying, because these days we know life isn't easy. And I hope that this can be kind of a inspiration to inspire you to basically carry out acts of service, because when we feel good, then we do good. When we feel bad, we do bad. And so hopefully this will inspire you to acts of, random kindness and selfless service. That's kind of the point of today. I love the fact that we have so many people from so many different backgrounds and so many different denominations right here in this room. It's really lovely, and I think that is the true I think that's the true purpose of what prayer is supposed to do. It's supposed to bring us together. It's supposed to link hearts. It's supposed to bind us and to be of service to humanity, to see each other as one family, as one, members of the same family. And so I'd really like to say a very, very big thank you to the community of Christchurch for having us here, and for these acts of service that we're going to be involved with. And anyone who is here is welcome to be part of that as well. This is the unity prayer. And as you listen to this, I'd like you to close your eyes and let the feelings and thoughts of unity, pay attention to your breathing, and let those feelings of love and unity wash over you and spread to the rest of humanity, because I really think that prayer has that power and it can make a difference, not only in our own hearts, but in the hearts of others.
Unite